title of my speech is, Are You Nervous Before Speech?
Why didn't you go before me?
Who here, if I told you that I could give you a magic pill that when you took it for the rest of your life, you would be as comfortable as when you're sitting down on your couch or laying in your bed, totally relaxed. You'd be that comfortable for the rest of your life every time you gave a speech. Who here would take that pill? Who here would pay a lot of money for a pill like that? Only two of us. I know I would pay a lot of money for a pill like that. Unfortunately, that pill doesn't exist, and it never will. But what I can guarantee for you is at the end of my speech, I'm going to give you some information you can use to be a little less nervous for the rest of your life for all of your speeches. First, let's look at when we're nervous, when we come up here. A lot of us think it's wrong or it's bad to be nervous, but it's okay. It's okay to be nervous when you're up here. It means you're alive. Everyone who comes up here is nervous. And if they say they're not, they're lying. When you're nervous, it means you're learning. Let's go back to when you first started driving a car. Remember when you first started learning to drive a car? How nervous were you? You had to make sure everything was in line, all the mirrors were in place, and then you have to get onto the road. And the first time you thought about going on a highway, oh my gosh, whew, merging onto a highway, cars cruising by at 60 miles an hour, that's nerve-wracking. But now, we could be on the phone, playing with radio, steering with our knee, and get on the highway, no problems. But we're not nervous when we drive. And how much better have we gotten at driving a car in the last 5 years? Not much better. So when you get up here and speak and you're nervous, just remember, it's okay, and that means that you're learning. Now, everyone does get nervous. Dan often points out that there was a famous speaker, Winston Churchill, who, after one of his first few speeches, he fainted. Fainted. Because he was so nervous. But it's okay, because what separates the good speakers from the okay speakers, from the poor speakers to the just mediocre and pretty good, is what you do when you're nervous. What you do when you're nervous. What would happen if Winston Churchill fainted and said, you know what, public speaking's not for me. I'm not doing it anymore. Well, he wouldn't be a famous speaker. But he continued and he went on. I did a search on Google. I typed in the word public speaking. I clicked on every site I saw. The paid listings, the free listings. I clicked on over 20 websites. Out of those 20 websites, guess how many sites I saw that actually had someone speaking? Take a guess. 3.
0.
Close. 1. One website actually had someone speaking, and the word was public speaking. Can you imagine that? No one wanted to do it, because most of those people who own the site probably are nervous, and they don't want to actually get up there and speak and put themselves on their website. Now, I've got a statistic I'd like to tell you, and I would quote Jerry Seinfeld for this, but since this is a fact-finding report, I don't think it's quite appropriate to quote him. So I'll quote Dr. Carly from the University of New York. Her and Jerry Seinfeld both say the same thing. That of all the things we can do, most people, of all the fears we have of becoming sick, of terrorist attack, of even death, we fear public speaking over those. We fear public speaking over all of those. And when you speak, there's some benefits, a lot of benefits to getting up here and speaking. First, you become more confident. When you come up here and talk, it helps you build your confidence. And the more you do it, the better you become. So the better you become at talking and handling yourself under stressful situations. And a major benefit that a lot of you may not know about is the American Psychological Association. did a study, 30-year study, 19,000 people. And what they found is when you come up to give a speech, the stress that's put on your body, it's a fight or flight response because of the nervousness. It doubles your immune system. It doubles your immune system by coming up here and speaking because of that nervousness that you feel. So not only does it make you more confident, it can make you more healthy. I think we all know the best part of giving a speech is that moment when we sit down and you can relax and whew, it's over. Now what do we do to make speaking easier? I went to Toastmasters' website and I found some tips that they give on what to do to make it a little bit easier to speak. First one to say is know your material and know it very well. And this is true. In fact, I listened to an interview by Jerry Seinfeld where he talks about what he does to prepare when he tells his jokes. And he said for a 5-minute routine, he can take up to 6 months to perfect a 5-minute routine. 6 months for a 5-minute routine. Can you imagine that? So he knows his material well. You need to know your audience. Who are you talking to? Know your surroundings. Visualize yourself giving the speech. Actually imagine yourself up here giving the speech. And the last and most important tip that Toastmasters gives is to give the speech. Get up here and give the speech. How often do we have everything done up until that point and we don't give it because there's one little thing that's not right, whether it's the intro, the conclusion, or we're somehow not ready. We do everything up to that point. I look at it this way. We're going to have to get up and speak, whether we want to or not. And we're going to make mistakes. It's do you want to get up and speak and learn here and make mistakes here, or go do it where it really counts, where you're going to potentially be doing it for a job, for a check, because you'll never know. You don't get feedback when you do it for real, but you get feedback here. So now, knowing that it's okay to be nervous, and we all get nervous, it's a part of learning. The next time someone asks you, do you get nervous before a speech? I think all of us here now can say yes and know that it's okay. Toastmaster.
Do we have any questions at this point in time?
Keep yourself in. Keep yourself in.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2 to 3 minute question and answer session.
I have a question.
Yes.
One thing that a lot of people have always said is picture your audience in your underwear. Was that one of the tips on the Toastmaster website?
It was not on the website, but I've thought about that too, and I've tried it. If you picture everyone in underwear, which I'm not doing it right now. It is funny, but if you're nervous, then you're nervous with people staring at you in their underwear. So I don't know how that was going to help. But that's something I've heard, and I've tried it, and it didn't work for me. Maybe it's worked for others, but has anyone tried it and had it work?
I've tried it, but it's too distracting to be able to concentrate on, okay, focus on people in their underwear and remember what you're going to say at the same time.
Ravi, you got a question?
No.
Okay, no other questions?
Evan, you want to take
Yep.
yours? Toastmaster? Okay.
All right, I'll call our Toastmaster back up.
Thanks a lot, Chris, for your speech. Hopefully helpful to the